First of all, when a speaker is on stage, please refrain from crosstalk. Secondly,
this includes me too. Arun Bhatt. The third ground rule is when a speaker is on stage, please refrain from entering and exiting the venue. If you want to take a call, use the restroom, please use the applause breaks to do so. So when people are clapping, feel free to step away, right? We do have refreshments available that are going to be served during the break. It's going to be samosas and chai. And we also have a tea and coffee machine right there. And we also have a restroom available right there. Okay. On that note, one more ground rule to remember is that when it comes to Toastmasters, politics, sex, and religion are allowed, but you just need to treat it in a very tasteful manner. So whatever you see me do with these three topics, don't do any of that. Do the exact opposite, and you'll be doing it the right way. All right. On that note, I would like to pass on control to the presiding officer for the day. Please welcome Akshay Omer. Thank you. Thank you, Akshay. I don't know why I was using the mic all this time. I am audible online, right? Okay, so welcome everyone. I see a lot of new faces, some faces that I saw yesterday as well. So without any further ado, may I request the guests to come on stage, quickly introduce themselves. Tell us your name, how did you find out about Bright Hearts, and most importantly, why are you here? And let's start with you, ma'am. Why don't you come on stage? There you go. You can just clip this on. Yeah. Or hold it, whatever works.
Hello, am I audible?
You should be, yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sneha. I work in Infosys in the marketing team. So I think we're supposed to say why we're here, right? So I was part of Bangalore Toastmasters Club back in 2016 for the whole year, and I was one of those very enthused Toastmasters. So I'm looking to get back to that again. So this is hopefully my second foray into Toastmasters.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Of course, being a part of Bangalore Toastmasters is always a great experience because it's such a wonderful club, one of the more iconic and established clubs of the district. So good to have you here. Can we have one more guest introduction? Yes, sir. Why don't you come? You want me to clip this on? There you go.
Hey, hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Prakash, and I work in Shell as a senior data engineer. And I'm also part of Shell We Talk, the corporate club. And yesterday we organized something called the Leadership Conclave, and I was a volunteer there, so I couldn't join one of the other community club that I always prefer to go, that is HSR Club. And today I was feeling lazy, and I was trying to get some motivation to take bath. I was thinking where to get motivation. So I remember there's another club, community club. So I say, okay, let's plan to go there. And then I got the motivation to take bath, and then I just come here. So just joke apart, I hope I'm just here and just looking forward to learn from each one of us and also sharing my knowledge with others. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I heard that right, because sometimes I'm distracted, but just so that we're clear, Bright Hearts Toastmasters was a motivation for you to take bath today. Yeah. Look at the lives we are changing, people. Let's hear it. Thank you so much, Prakash. Which is weird, because even I don't take bath for Bright Hearts, so I don't know. But anyways. Okay, all right. On that note, we've had a couple of guest introductions. We are running 4 minutes late, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Let me now introduce the Toastmaster of the day. And before I do that, there are a couple more things I have to fill time with. As I can see, our Sergeant at Arms has to distribute some documents on priority. Toastmasters is a place where we all come to become better leaders and better public speakers. This is where we invest in our personal growth. Bright Hearts Toastmasters is one such chapter of this ever-growing Toastmasters fraternity in Kerala and Karnataka. If you're in Kerala or Karnataka and if you have the time for Toastmasters, you have to take it up. It is the best way to excel both professionally, personally, and even expand your social network, right? And even your professional network. So on that note, I would like to once again declare pre-charter meeting 11 open. And I would like to introduce the Toastmaster of the day for today. She is someone who is always full of energy, full of life. And I would go on and on about the ways to describe her. But as of last Sunday, we have now found the perfect way to describe her. So for those of you who don't know, last Sunday we had a karaoke party where we had an anonymous bit.ly link where members and guests could put in appreciation for members of Bright Hearts and for the club. And our Toastmaster of the day, Bulbul, did receive one appreciation on that form. Now, we don't know who gave that appreciation, but whoever this person is a creative genius. And this person wrote in the form, Bulbul is so cool. Give it up for the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bulbul Bansal.
Good evening, Toastmaster and dear guest. How are you feeling today? I am feeling little drained because of this traffic and never-ending to-do list. Being a mom, being a housewife, working professional, being a part of Toastmaster and handling social media is difficult. So what I'm planning is to cut down one of those things. The other things I can't. So obviously the social media. So I'm here today asking your help to imagine a life, how it will look like if without social media. Let me ask you a question. How many of you check your phone the moment you wake up? Many of us, right? Okay, how many of you don't have any social media app installed at all? You don't have WhatsApp? That's a social media. Anyways, I think we all have pretty much lived a life where our social media was not taking a front seat, because we all have a childhood memories where we don't have any social media at all. But can you imagine today's generation child knowing nothing about social media? No. I mean, they don't know how to clean their poop, but they do know how to use social media. Do you know, on an average, around 2 to 3 hours are being spent by a person in social media. And India has the highest record in it. Arundhati, can you hit the next slide? Next. We can see the graph. YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagrams are taking the lead on usage of social media, whereas the Quora, which is providing some knowledge, are being least used in all these graphs. I had the data for 2022, but I'm pretty sure in 2024, it will be much higher than the one we have right now. So, suppose one day, due to unforeseen circumstances, India cut off all the relationship with America and stop using all the services being provided by American companies. Boom, you woke up and social media is gone. what would be your first reaction? The businessman is talking here. What about others? Yeah, I mean, obviously there will be other companies who will fill the gap, but it will take some time for us to adapt to that situation, right? So many of us do go search all about the Toastmaster, what it is like before joining to the Toastmaster. I'm pretty sure guests might have done the same thing. What it is, we do a good social media or a research before coming to a place. Imagine if whatever we are doing right now, the content is not being shared in the public domain. How we will get to know about Toastmaster? How will the impact will be? Lack of awareness, we won't know about what the Toastmaster is. The reach will be very limited because there will be only the person who is already a part of Toastmaster. They will spread the news and the world will know. The reach will be very limited. And the person has to physically be here to attend a meeting to know about a Toastmaster and listen to me, unfortunately. So let me tell you the structure of the meeting. Can we go to the next slide? So it's divided into 3 segments. The prepared one, the table topic, and the evaluation. The prepared section is basically where the speaker will present the speech based on the projects and path they have chosen. Consider it like a planned shutdown by the government, well organized and well anticipated. So in Bright Hearts, we have 2 speech scheduled in advance to prepare and deliver. The second one is the table topic section. In the table topic, it is like an impromptu section where the person has to think and speech on their feet. Consider it like a TikTok ban in India. Like it was all of a sudden, very much shocking for all of us. Don't know how to react. The third one is the evaluation section. So evaluation is like where the general evaluator and her tag team will evaluate different aspects of the meeting and provide suggestions and strength and weakness basically about the meeting. I'll give an example. It's like government planning to do a temporary shutdown of social media to evaluate the public reaction, and before giving any decision. Without further ado, let me introduce the general evaluator of today's meeting. She is an assistant manager at Udaan. She served HSR Toastmaster in various roles, including Associate Vice President of Education, Vice President of Education, and now she is the 15th President of HSR Toastmaster Club. She joined Toastmaster to build confidence as a communicator and to make difference through her voice. She has also awarded as the Triple Crown Award. One of her favorite social media memory when I asked was she loved how her passion for it grew so much that it eventually became her profession. Sorry. So with that, let me welcome Anushka Roy. Follow. Can I get some help? I think it's gonna follow. Oh, it's doing it the other way.
Good afternoon, Bright Hearts.
Good afternoon.
How are we all doing today?
Great.
I don't hear it from this side. How are we all doing today? Great. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anushka Roy, and I'm ecstatic to be your general evaluator for your pre-charter meeting number 11. Let's give it for yourselves. Woo.
Now imagine for a moment a world without social media, where you don't get to mindlessly scroll on your phone, no notifications are pinging on your phone, buzz, buzz, like that. Just a world where it's quiet, where you're in the moment, you're able to finally tune into what really matters. That's exactly what we aim to do here at Toastmasters. Now, my role as a general evaluator is to observe and assess the entire meeting from start till the end. And to help me do this, I have my tag team. Now, just like a life without social media would help us be in the moment, that's exactly what your timer for your meeting number 11, pre-charter meeting number 11, will help you do the same. So without further ado, please put your hands together for your timer of the day, Toastmaster Money.
Good evening, everyone. As every social media app will be having an icon. What is that? If you like something, a bright heart, double click or love on the Instagram, isn't it? So I have quiz before I explain the role. Which app will comes into your mind when you see this flashy colors?
WhatsApp,
Great. This,
Snapchat,
wonderful.
YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
YouTube
right.
and Instagram.
YouTube.
Great. So likewise, I'll be showing these flashy cards to all the speakers who comes on stage. For the speakers, today's speech, the icebreaker speech, the timings are 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and 6 minutes. 4 minutes, I'll be showing the green card to indicate as a qualification time, and yellow card to indicate they have reached the minimum, the mid time, and the red card, which indicates that you have to close your app. Otherwise, your mobile gets shut. And next segment, we will be having the table topics where there will be speakers coming up, and the time allotted for them is 1 to 2 minutes. Green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card at 2 minutes. And third segment, evaluation, where the evaluators will be providing their evaluation. The time allotted for them is 2 to 3 minutes. I'll be showing the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. And all the speakers, please note that there will be a bonus time allotted for 30 seconds. Out of that, the speakers or evaluator will be marked as a disqualification. With that, I'll be coming back at the end to share my report. Back to the General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Money. Just like how stepping away from social media helps us become more aware of our daily interactions, that is exactly your R counter for the day. Toastmaster Madhur will help you become aware of your pillar words that you use. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Madhur.
Good evening, everyone. Fellow bright hearts and dear guests. So today I'll be playing the role of R counter. As a R counter, my role is to note down Dutch words, repetitive words, filler pause. And you remember in your phone, whenever any unnecessary notification rings, you feel a little irritated, right? And you wish to reduce that. Just as same, I will be noting down these CRPF words, and I'll be presenting my reports once called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur. Just like how a life without social media helps us be in the moment, reflect on our thoughts, your grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Prabh Simran will also help you be more conscious about the language that you use on your on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for her.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to Toastmasters, a place where there are no hashtags, where likes are earned by your words and not by double clicking. A place where thoughts are uninterrupted by all those notifications that we receive on our phones. As a grammarian today, my role is to ensure that I observe and appreciate the good usage of words and not the usage of abbreviations or shortcuts that we often do in our fast-paced social media world. So let's take a step back from IDK, LOL, and appreciate the real vocabulary and the rich vocabulary that we have today. So to help you get better at it, I have picked up a word from the pool of vocabulary, and that is meticulous. The meaning of this word is pretty simple. It means to be careful and to pay attention to details. One instance of it could be, in today's fast-pacing world, being meticulous is a gift. Or the artist used meticulous strokes to ensure that they did not miss any single detail. We appreciate the usage of this word so that we can increase our vocabulary. Anytime someone comes on the stage and makes the usage of meticulous, please give them a thumbs up. I'll keep a record of all the people who use these words and their count. Also, I'll keep a count of all the good phrases, words, and some mishaps or grammatical errors because, hey, we all need that grammar Nazi friend, right? Let's hope that our meeting is a meticulously crafted one. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you for that. Last but not the least, we have your listener role. Now, just like a life without social media, it helps us stay away from all the digital distraction and make us stay actively present in the moment. That is exactly what your Toastmaster, Soumya, will play as a listener role. Please put your hands together for her.
Hi. Good afternoon, Toastmaster and our guest. My name is Soumya and I'm playing the role of listener today. So the main objective behind this segment is to encourage active listening. So our speakers here, they put in a lot of efforts they have put in a lot of efforts for these stories they have built in. So as an audience, what we can do is we can appreciate. So today, as a listener, I'm going to appreciate them who not only pays 200% of attention, but 100. So in simple words, if I have to explain, I'll be asking few questions from the content that would be delivered by the speakers here. And the person who has the right answer to it, I'll be giving them some interesting stuff. With that, let's get started. All the very best to our speakers and my target audience. Let's do some active listening.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Soumya. Last but not the least, I wish all the speakers and all the role takers all the best. May this meeting be one of the best. And with that, I hand back the stage to your Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bulbul.
Let's play a game. So I'll be giving you multiple choice question. So it will be having 4 options. You have to raise your hand for the options you belong to or the options you feel will be most used by. Can we have the next slide? What would likely be the most noticeable changes in daily life if social media were suddenly removed? Raise your hand if you feel the answer A is the correct one. 1, 2. Second is more people watching TV. Who is the category of watching TV? We have more than. The third is a rise in telephone calls. 2 people are the 3 one. Interesting. More people reading newspaper. No one? Akshay and Arundhati, I expect you guys to agree. Okay. Let's move to the next question we have. What's the funniest thing that might happen if social media disappear? People start talking to their pets for daily update? Two pets lover. The reassurance of how to make friends self-help book. 2, 3, I'm the part of that. A sudden craze for physical photo album. Yeah. People shouting their status update from their windows to their neighbors. No one? Okay. So let's move to our speech, to our first speech. Before that, let me call upon his evaluator. He's a software engineer who has joined Toastmaster to increase his communication skill. When I asked him about his social media memory, so he said he has a photo in Facebook which received thousands comment and became talk on his school. So the school famous guy, Ryan Prodigious.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bulbul, for calling me on stage. Good evening, everybody. My target speaker, Sarthak, will be delivering his icebreaker speech today. The purpose of this speech is for the speaker to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Once Sarthak is done speaking, I request all of you to give him a standing ovation. Timer, please note that the timings for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. With that said, I'd like to hand the floor back to Toastmaster Bulbul.
Our first speaker is a project manager at Airbase. He joined Toastmaster to increase his public communication skill in a supportive community. When I asked him about his social media memory, he said, after pandemic, they built a reel with his friends who hadn't seen in a year. So he loved making it and he is glad that it's preserved in the social media. So with that, let me welcome Sarthak Das. Sarthak, a speech bicycle, Sarthak. Yes.
Welcome to the 87th annual day function of Don Bosco School, Lelio. I spoke into the mic as the stage lights flashed on my face, almost blinding me. 1,000 parents looking at me from the darkness of the stands. Silence as they waited for my next words. I was just a little kid who had been given a chance to MC at the annual function of the primary section. It was nerve-wracking, but also exhilarating to perform and speak to such a huge audience. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Sarthak, and my journey with public speaking hasn't always been this way. There has been lows and highs, trials and triumphs. As a kid, I used to stutter a lot or stammer a lot. You know, the ones who other kids called as repeaters because, you know, I couldn't finish a word in one sentence in one go. Let me tell you a story. One fateful Hindi class, I was reading aloud a chapter about a king called Raja Suketu, and the class erupted in laughter after hearing my stuttered way of saying his name. It went like Raja Suketu, and I was punished for it. The teacher blamed me for disrupting the class. Have you ever felt betrayed by your own voice? I used to feel that every day. But I did not give up. I kept trying. I loved reading, so I started reading more books, hoping that working on my vocabulary would help me improve my speaking. I joined the debating club, participated in a few, even took up Model United Nations. And surprisingly, I even won a few of these competitions. Things were actually getting better. And just as I was finding my voice, life threw me a curveball. I moved from Kolkata to Hyderabad for IIT coaching, the place called Narayana Junior College, a place I'd only describe as an academic prison. No cell phones, no televisions, no newspapers, no contact whatsoever with the outside world, just studies. A place like this can change you as a person. It definitely did kill some right brain cells and also made me an introvert. I became shy. As someone who loved meeting new people, I used to shy away from meeting them again because I was afraid, what am I going to talk to them? But I kept going. In college, I took up a course called Effective Public Speaking to help me with this. And years later, in Bangalore, I came across Toastmasters and a friend of mine posted about it on her social media. And to be honest, the name the name Toastmasters does not really tell you what the club really does. Anyways, at my first meeting at the HSR Toastmasters Club, I was asked to introduce myself in front of the members. I got nervous, my hands sweaty, my heart racing, but I did manage to tell my name to the members of the club. And if you can't imagine, while the table topic started, I was already cowering in fear, hiding behind the members so that I don't get called upon by others. But come the third meeting, I was determined to make my debut. I raised my hand when the table topic started, but secretly I hoped that I won't be selected. But I was called upon, and adrenaline rushed through me. A minute went by in a flash, and as I walked my way back to my seat, I felt a gush of relief. The supportive claps from the club members reminded me that I had done it. I had given my first public impromptu speech. I realized that my love for speaking wasn't dead. It was just on life support. And Toastmasters can help me get better. It can become my rehabilitation center. I wanted to feel that rush again. Looking back at my public speaking journey, I can almost compare it to learning a bicycle, learning how to ride a bicycle. You fall off, you get back up again. You fall off again, but eventually you find your balance. Every time I fell down, I got back up. Every time I stumbled on a word, I did not stop trying. And here I am today in front of you at Bright Hearts, still trying, still improving. I really want to get to a place where I'm in love and I enjoy having conversations with new people. I want to be able to command an audience as well as charm them. I may fall off my bicycle once in a while, but I'll have you guys to help me get back up. So I ask you, what is your bicycle? What is that one thing which you all are afraid to do? I challenge you to get back up and start pedaling. And who knows, you might soon be racing with the auto rickshaws of public speaking. Thank you.
What an amazing speech. I can totally relate to him because I am pretty like him, very nervous to speak in public, but just finding this platform very helpful because I can get my confidence. So we all can agree that we know Sarthak much more than what we were knowing before. With that, let's move back to our topic for today. life without social media. We all will agree that it's very difficult to live a life without social media. So let's just try how it looks like. My next question is, without social media, what is the most likely change in the way people maintain friendship? The first is friendship would become less frequent. How many of you? No one. I like it. People would rely more on face-to-face meetings or phone calls. I think everyone, right? Friendship would primarily shift to online forums. Online forums as in meetings, Google meetings or something, some or the other things. People would depend more on handwritten letters. I'm from that era too. So let's move to the next question. Who will get affected most if social media get disappeared? Our family WhatsApp group, our moms and dads sending good morning every day morning, and the like buttons feeling. No raise of hand. Our beloved meme collection. Our friend who never missed a Facebook birthday reminder. I have few friends, but no offense. With that, let's move to the second speech for today. For that, let me call his evaluator. He is an associate technical manager in Ecolit Digital. When I asked him about his favorite social media memory, he said he loved watching cat and dog reel fighting. I love that too. Along with that, I love watching cooking videos. So with that, let me welcome Subhash.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Subhash Barla, and my target speaker, Toastmasters Akshay. I will be evaluating his speech. And the purpose of the project is to learn the basic structure of the public speech and to introduce himself to the club members. I wish my target speaker all the very best. And over to you, Timod Bulbul.
Our second speaker, we all know about him, but still, he is a software engineer working at JP Morgan. His biggest achievement being part of Toastmaster is the Bright Hearts. When I asked him about his social media memory, he said he once rejected his mom's friend request. I think we all do, but our relatives, not moms. I have not done our moms. But with that, let me call Akshay Abraham.
My speech time.
Excluded, Akshay excluded.
Raise your hands if you have ever felt excluded in life. Look at all the hands you see. All the hands I see right now are like my family. Because let me tell you something about myself. My name is Akshay Abraham Oman. I am a misfit. I have aspects about myself that society finds disagreeable. I have been excluded. Fellow Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, and dear guests, it was in the 8th grade when a 12-year-old Akshay moved to India for the first time. Not just India, but his hometown, God's own country, Kerala. I know what you're all thinking. You're looking at me and you're all saying the same thing. There is no way that guy's Malayali. I can guarantee you, this is exactly what my classmates in the 8th grade and the entire school thought about me. Because it's one thing to not look Malayali, but what if, like me, you're the Malayali who doesn't know a single word of Malayali? How do you think my school life turned out? I'll give you a clue. Lots of insults, lots of bullying, and almost no friends. Why? Because I was a misfit. I was someone that society found disagreeable, and as a result, I was excluded. I remember in the 8th grade when I signed up for my first sports event. I went to my teacher and I told her I would like to participate in a 1,500-meter race. The first thing she did was look at me and say, "You?" And I said, "Yes, me." She said, "Okay, sign up. Let's see what happens." And I did. I signed up and I started practicing for weeks on end. Even though none of the teachers supported me, even though none of my friends believed in me, I believed in myself. I would go home every day after school. In the evenings, I would run, come back. My mom would serve 2 chapatis for dinner, and I'd be like, "No, Mom, I'm an athlete now. Give me 3. The day of the race came. Boom! The gun fired, and I started running in circles, And I thought I was doing pretty well till I realized that the people who started and were ahead of me were starting to cross. I was so out of shape for the run, and I was being overlapped by every single participant there. My participation was so worthless that even before I could finish the race, the PT sir dusted off the finish line, removed all the setup, because it didn't matter if I even finished the race. This was how worthless my existence was in school. Go next to college, where it got even worse. Picture this. 18-year-old Akshay trying to host a gig for the first time, and the only thing he's faced with in the front row is a set of 40 seniors all booing him just because they hate who he is. Why? Because I was a misfit. I found aspects which society found disagreeable. I was excluded. I can go on and on about the things that make me feel a little different. I'm into video games. I hate sports. I love drinking. I'm not a big family person. I'm not a religious person. And as I say all these things, it checks off boxes on society's list, which makes them go, this person's not for us. But that's where I'm here in Toastmasters for. I've been in Toastmasters for close to half a decade now. And while it did start with public speaking, with becoming a better speaker, I realized these are not the goals I want anymore. I only look back at that young Akshay, the Akshay who never had anyone to make him feel included. Ladies and gentlemen, the single most fundamentally important thing about communication is not whether you can win trophies, not whether you can do speeches. It's about whether you can include people. That is when you make a difference. No one ever made a difference for me. But I still have time to make a difference for you. For you, Harsh. For you, Soumya. For you, Sarthak. For each and every one of you. If it is through Bright Hearts, that I can create a platform where all the misfits can come together.
all of those people in society found disagreeable can come together and all of them can become included. My goal in Toastmasters is complete. Back to you, Bulbul.
I absolutely love hearing Akshay's speech. So flawless, so amazing, very inspiring. With that, is voting link open? I request everyone to take out their phone and vote.
Snacks have come, right?
To fill up this gap, let me ask you a question. How, if not social media, how would you guys fill up your box?
I anyways don't have social media. Not for all.
Reading. Just started.
People. So we at least need 15 years.
Okay.
Doesn't look like there's a time. Don't cry. That's not on the screen. I have to say only responses now. Wait. You see your recording of today's speech and see how many pages you wrote on this stage. I had some fun. Okay, let's see. This screen is so small and I am so good. How can people see through me? Could be laugh.
How many numbers have you got?
10. Check. I'll check. 5 more. Ask everyone to vote. Once more, you say to vote. Ask everyone to vote. We still have not got enough.
Everyone, please vote.
Yes. Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 12 responses. We would like at least, I don't know what proximity is. We would at least like 8 more responses. And if we get 20, Arundhati will sing songs on Hanuman during the break. This is Arundhati's promise.
We are okay with the soft kitty, warm kitty as well.
So, but also big dogs by Hanuman.
13 responses. Come on, folks.
Guys, vote. Also a request for everyone not to use social media while on the break. Let's be part of this imaginary world with me. Let's take at least 5 minutes we can avoid, right? With that, let's take a break for 5 minutes. We'll be back by 5:05.
Okay.
Let's get back to our questions. Which Instagram features would people miss the most if platform disappeared? The perfect filter for every selfie. Yeah. The endless scrolling through food photos. I'm definitely that one. The ability to stalk vacation photos. Raise a hand, guys. Don't be shy. The stories, features that let us pretend we are living our best life. Yeah. With that, let's move to the second section of our meeting, the table topic section. For that, let me call our table topic master, who is a product manager at Wall. He joined Toastmaster to increase his leadership skill and build good connection with in a supporting group. When I asked him about his favorite social media memory, he said they went on a bachelor trip to Thailand where they start making their friends jealous by posting stories. So that's his favorite memories about social media. Let's welcome Harsh.
Good evening, bright hearts and guests. Now that we are done with our evening snack and full of energy, let's kickstart the second half of the meeting by giving another huge round of applause to both the speakers who gave exceptional icebreaker speeches. Now, let's talk about the theme of the day, which is life without social media. Most of us belong to a generation where we can't imagine such a world. An hour without social media may be possible, for me at least. If you think about it, we have all surrounded ourselves, or rather imprisoned ourselves with social media. I'll give you a very relatable real-life example about the urge, the uncontrollable urge of being active on social media. Right when this meeting ends today, you'll be able to see Akshay take out his phone, take a bunch of videos, and before you know it, it's live on Instagram. So Akshay, let's honor the theme of the day and not do it, at least today. Awesome. Okay, now coming to this section of the meeting called table topic section. In this section, both guests as well as members get a chance to come on stage and practice their impromptu speaking, which means speaking on the spot. My name is Harsh, and I'm the topic master for today. I'll be inviting volunteers one by one on stage, and I'll be giving them a short, interesting topic to speak on. Timer, please note that the timings for each participant is 1 to 2 minutes. On top of this, I would like to encourage every speaker to try and use the word of the day, which is meticulous, which means being very precise or paying attention to detail. With this, let's begin this section of the meeting. I'd like to invite the first volunteer on stage. I promise the topics are really easy. Who would like to volunteer? Yes, please. Hi, your name, sorry? Pushpa. The topic for you today is your favorite offline hobby.
Without social media, there are so many things that we can explore out of social media too. One such thing for me is to do with cycling. I go to cycling like how a fish is taken into water. Just fell in love. This happened during the pandemic time. When everything was closed, the doors to cycling opened up. The roads were welcoming me. The greenery around was talking to me. I found my soul while I was doing this. This is such a beautiful way to connect yourself because you cannot be doing this in group. especially Bangalore roads, where you have to keep looking out for the potholes. If there are vehicles coming behind you, and you have to plan your rides as meticulous as possible. Right? Can throw you out of your plan, but not cycling. When you have a plan, cycling is the one that is going to come to you. And this is one of the best activity that can help you stay fit, energize your body, and keep your soul calm.
Thank you. Well, I can relate to this a lot. Even I am a huge fan of cycling. Actually, in college, I've spent most of my stipend money on my hobby of cycling. Let's call upon the next volunteer who would like to volunteer, please. Your name, please.
Prakash.
Prakash, the topic for you today is an advice for a friend trying to quit social media.
Okay. As we all are living in a world with full of social media, it's like Facebook, YouTube, and so many other things. And most of the people are having the habit, me too. When we wake up in the morning, basically we see, okay, last evening we posted something, and then okay, see like how many comments. And so, for example, a few days back, basically I was in some big seminar, some event, and there was a Ferrari worth 12 crores. And I posted that in the Facebook, like with Ferrari worth 12 crores. And then next morning, we just wake up in the morning and seeing, okay, what are the messages I am getting? So say all the friends, okay, congratulations, Prakash. Just try to come to my home. Okay, we'll drive somewhere else here. So we are living in a world, and we cannot ignore the social media. 1 year back, I feel like whenever like I go to social media for just 10 minutes, I just keep going, scrolling. It is eating my time for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then really have to work. So then what to do? Then I take the session from one of my friend. He said, okay, then just quit the social media. So basically I went there and I tried to, okay, delete that Facebook. So when I deleted my Facebook, it says, okay, you have 2 months of time before you will be deleting permanently. And then during that time, basically I have to travel for some work to the London. And there I realized the importance of social media. Oh my God, I cannot connect with all the family members, extended family members. And then I see, okay, how to connect with other people, how to connect with my kids, the family, and how I can say like, okay, I'm just visiting that all the big places of the London or UK, roaming around. Yeah. So then again, I activated the social media, and then just keep sharing like, okay, today I'm at the Buckingham Palace. Today I am standing at the same place where the Victoria, all the queens and the kings were standing. Yeah. So yeah. So then I was thinking to quit, but then I changed my mind, and I feel like, okay, it was a good decision that I didn't delete my social media. Yeah. Thank you.
Prakash, Mike, please. Prakash, even I can relate to the urge of checking social media every day as the first thing I check. I've actually changed my entire theme to dark mode so that the moment I open my eyes, it's not like stinging to me. So yeah, let's call upon another volunteer, Rofel. Rofel, the topic for you is your strangest experience with social media.
So ideally, I don't have any strangest experience with social media, And I don't recommend also to people to quit social media, but rather use it in productive manner. So that's what I give recommendation. And what I usually do with social media to control my social media stuff, right? So I have kept timer for all my social media, like it should not exceed more than 1 hour. So for my Instagram, Facebook, and as well as Twitter. So all three including 1 hour. It should not include more than 1 hour. If I have to and once it gives me the notification that your time has been exceed more than 1 hour, then I stop using those basically things, right? And also one more filter which I tried, basically, I have removed all the suggestion and everything, right? So there is an extension which comes in social media. So if you want whatever you want to search on social media, just go and search. It will give only that stuff. It won't give anything, other stuff related to that. And when I get anything unnecessary over there, I just click on this, that don't recommend these type of stuffs to me. So that's how I manage to control my social media. That's the reason I don't have any strange experience with the social media. Thank you.
Thanks, Rahul. I like the way how you have limited yourself by 1 hour, spending a maximum of 1 hour across social media. For me, there was a time where it was 1 hour per app or per social media. I used to spend hours together on social media. Actually, one thing I read about online, and I actually tried it myself, which helped me a lot, trying to quit social media, was there's a specific position on your phone where you have placed the icon for the social media. So after a time, you get into a habit of just, as soon as your phone unlocks, your finger directly goes towards that position. So if you just jumble your icons a bit or hide the icon after a few scrolls, it actually helps you quit. So maybe people who are struggling with quitting social media, you guys should try this for sure. Are we short on time or do we have enough time? Awesome. Yes, who would like to go next? Who's that? Please come.
Give me an easy one.
Yeah, give you an easy.
Yeah. I'll just hold
Yeah,
it.
sure. Your name, please. Sorry.
Sneha.
Sneha. Sneha, the topic for you is your greatest learning from social media.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So social media has both advantages and disadvantages, right? So while we are aware about all of that, I feel the biggest learning on social media is how everybody can stay connected and talk about relevant things of today. Because see, like earlier when there was no social media, we didn't really we weren't so connected that we could, talk about and understand each other at that level that social media helps us do. So earlier we were confined to just maybe visiting people's homes and they take us through the photo album and, give us some anecdotes or like talk about their day-to-day things. But with social media, we are so connected with maybe people whom we don't even see as like very close friends or something. I think my greatest learning is to give every person a chance. Like anybody can be your friend. And I have discovered so many people whom maybe demographic wise, maybe they're not the same age or maybe they don't stay where I stay or something. But I have discovered that through their feed or what they're liking and stuff that, oh, okay, they could be my friends. So, that kind of learning has been great. And it's been an eye opener for me. I have made good friends that way. And, it's opened up a new dimension for me, like in terms of understanding more about my personality, about what, about growing as a person and everything. So I think that's been my greatest learning from social media. Thank you.
Sneha, again, a very relatable story. Even I think that throughout like the past few years, I realized that I've been very disconnected from my school friends, because once you go to college, you make a new set of friends, you have a different circle, different type of a lifestyle. So actually, Instagram and many other different social media has helped me like connect again with some of the friends that, you know, I never thought ki a random post from them can make me reconnect, and like now we are again friends after a very long time. All right, for the last topic, I'd like to invite Arundhati. Arundhati, I was talking to you before the meeting and we just went over the topic, so I'll give you the most interesting one.
Oh, no.
The topic for you is a social media trend that you secretly love, but you never admit it.
Thank you, Bright Heart Harsh. Now, for anybody who knows me, I'm probably the most unsocial person you'd ever come across, because even today, I don't understand how Instagram works. You can call me a little illiterate in that field, but yes, indeed, other than WhatsApp, I don't have anything else. And I still remember waking up one morning, my WhatsApp showed 489 messages, and I thought I did some blunder the previous night, only to realize that there's a global Toastmasters group apparently, where all night long people from all countries were messaging. But any of you probably are so used to seeing 400 messages, but for me, that's how unsocial I am. Now, coming to a social media trend that I admired but never admitted to, I would say that there was this time when there was a popular song that was very famous, and people would make reels around it, or whatever you call it, shorts video. Now look, my terminologies, you've got to excuse, but that would keep popping up on my YouTube because I don't have anything else. And I would see people doing the dance, and this is the very famous Hindi song Tauba Tauba. I'm sure all of you heard, right? So when we had an office event and a lot of people would show me the shots, that's something I really admired. How many versions of that dance and how many people copied it so well. But having no social media, I would often say, oh, just people trying to be famous for no reason. So somewhere I think deep inside, the fact that you can witness something and then have your own version and then put your own version out there so fearlessly is something that I think social media has created a platform for. I immensely admire. And of course, I admire all social media's posts of Bright Hearts. So as much as Akshay keeps telling that I should have an Instagram, but I'll never have one. So, but I admire the fact that social media is given platform to individuals to really showcase their version of talent, although I never very vocally say that.
Well, Arundhati, since you like Tauba Tauba
Oh, no.
trend so much, maybe in
Oh, I missed
the
it.
next karaoke session, we'd like to hear you like either sing or perform the step, or up to you, or both. Well, that brings us to the end of this session. I'd like to hand back the stage to Toastmaster of the day. Oh, sorry, the general evaluator.
Good evening, folks. How was the meeting? Did you all enjoy?
Yes.
Did we like the snacks, chai and samosa? Are we all pumped up for this last section? Yes. All right. So the structure of my report will be as followed. I will first start with the speech evaluations. I'll be calling up the evaluators who will be evaluating the speakers, followed by the tag team and the listener report. And then the remaining 10 minutes, I will be giving the general evaluation report of the overall meeting. Are we clear on the floor?
Yes.
All right. So let's get started with evaluator number 1. We have Toastmaster Ryan, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Sarthak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anushka, for calling me on stage. Good evening, everybody. So today I had the pleasure of hearing Toastmaster Sarthak deliver his icebreaker speech. And I must say, Sarthak, what a great way to start your journey with Toastmasters. Let me start off by sharing what I felt worked well for you. followed by a few suggestions that I feel can help you grow as a speaker. So firstly, Sarthak, you had a great opening. You started off with a question, and that caught my attention. Your use of good grammar throughout the speech was consistent, and your ending, where you ended with a question again, that was equally powerful. I really liked how you structured your speech. You took us on a journey from your school days. You spoke about stuttering, attending MUNs, going to college, and then talking about your current goals. So good work on the structure there. Another thing that I really liked from your speech was when you mentioned your stuttering issue growing up, you gave a great example of what happened in classroom, and you even enacted the stuttering. That painted a really good picture in my head and helped me understand how things were in school. Now coming over to a few areas of improvements. One area I feel like you could have improved is your volume. From where I was sitting back there, it was a bit difficult for me to hear you at times. So if you could be a bit more mindful about your volume, that can help people on the last row be engaged as well. Another point I noticed, another area of improvement was pauses. There were two great questions in your speech. Had you paused after those questions, people would have had time to think about those questions as well. So you can work on pauses over there. To conclude, Sarthak, all in all, fantastic icebreaker. I think you've laid a great foundation for future speeches, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you. I'd like to hand the stage back to Toastmaster Mike.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ryan. Up next, we have Toastmaster Subhash, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Akshay.
Good evening, everyone. Raise your hand if you have been ever excluded. What a way to start a speech, Toastmaster Akshay. Today, Toastmaster Akshay introduced not just to our club, but also he showed us, not exactly showed us, he slapped onto the face of the society how flawed it is. And the structure the society has maintained, and the expectations and the bars it has set, and how society tries to fit everyone into their expectations. And Toastmaster Akshay just showed how he was a misfit and how he was excluded, right from his childhood, from the college. I would like to give some of the examples, basically the highlights of your speech. When you said, I was a misfit because I did not know a single word of Malayali, did not look like a Malayali. And your college, when you said your sports teacher, removed the finishing line, even it did not matter for him whether you finished the race or not. That showed, I could really feel and resonate the pain somebody is being excluded. And also the conclusion which you gave, that for a Toastmasters or a public speaker, it's not to just win awards or appreciations. It's to include people so that you can give back to the society, and all those who are neglected, they will be having the chance and the opportunity to grow. And I definitely agree with your, not just the words, your actions speak louder than your words, because Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club, I will say it's a testimony of your word. Can we have an applause for that? And usually we don't give areas of improvement for the icebreaker speech, but you are a seasoned Toastmaster, and I found few nitpicks which I would like to give. One area I saw that when energy was little on the different side, when you wanted to participate in your sports tournament, and that time it felt to me that you are not interested in participating in the tournament, because if I want to participate in some tournament, I would like to show like, I want to participate something like, but your facial expression, I want to participate something like that. And another area, it's just a minor nitpick where you mentioned, you described basically when you wanted to, during the college event, when you said the front row seniors, they booed you actually. You describe it rather than you could have said something that your senior would have said, isse na ho payega, something like that, then people would have been better able to relate. Rather than describing, then giving the example would have been the best. So these are few minor nitpicks for the improvement. Overall, I like the speech, the intro, the body, and the conclusion. And that's my report, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhash. Next, we have the tag report, starting with your timer of the day, Toastmaster Mani.
Good evening, everyone. I'm back with my timer report, and we all have a good news that life without social media makes us to stand as per our goals. Likewise, this is one of the meetings where we are running on time and appreciating all the ExCom members. So the meeting start time, we started at 4:08. SAA took 4 minutes. President Akshay took 5 minutes for your presidential speech. And Toastmaster of the day took approximately 6.5 minutes during the initial talk. Then again, moving on to our prepared speakers, the speaker one took 5 minutes, 52 seconds. Speaker 2 took 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Evaluator 1 took 2 minutes, 3 seconds. The evaluator 2 took 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Overall, everyone is qualified and they are on time with respect to the speakers and evaluators. So let's give them a big hand for that, making sure. I'm so happy that there are no disqualifications for speakers and evaluators. And moving on to the table topic speakers, everyone on time, where majority was able to speak and touch the timing of 1 minute, 30 seconds. That's a great thing, coming as a guest and being on stage for that time. And the break time, approximately it started at 5 o'clock and then we finished at 5:10. I'm sure that might be as per the agenda. And life without social media is always makes us to be punctual, which always makes us to be as per agenda. With that message, I welcome the general evaluator of the back team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mani. Up next, we have the R counter report by Toastmaster Madhu.
Good evening once again. Imagine a situation where you are meditating or you're reading a book. You would like to keep your phone away. Why? Because you don't want to receive any notification or any unnecessary notification. So just like that monk or just like that boy or a girl, we were flawless. I can see many names with written flawless. Even after paying attention meticulously, I was unable to catch ums and ahs today. So let's have a huge round of applause for us, all of us. Just little highlights. Toastmaster Bulbul did a great job today. We understand that she spent maximum of her time. That's why she has some crutch sounds, quite a few, and some repetitive words. And Toastmaster Soumya, as a listener, she has one repetitive word at the beginning of the meeting. And evaluator Toastmaster Ryan has one crutch sound. Toastmaster Subhash has couple of crutch sounds and quite a few repetitive words. Toastmaster Harsh has 3 ums and 1 repetitive word. Guest Pushpa was flawless. Let's have a round of applause for us. Guest Prakash has quite a few ums and ahs and couple of repetitive words in his table topic speech. Guest Sneha also has quite a few ums and ahs and 1 repetitive word. But let's have round of applause for both of them because they have courage to stand up and give table topics. With that, I would like to conclude my report. Handing over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur. Up next, we have your grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Prabhsubran.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. Now that Toastmaster Bulbul has talked about how, or at least let us imagine how it would feel like not having social media around, the question that came to my mind is what would have happened to our language, grammar, in case we did never use social media? Anyone would like to answer that? Just a guess, maybe? Yes, because I did find two abbreviations today. One was Enthu, which is basically the shorter form for enthusiast, and wanna, you could say want to. So these were basically some of the after effects of social media, right? Okay, coming back to the work that I'm supposed to do, some of the places where we could improve over the meeting, there were instances where the word the was used incorrectly. So when we use the word the, it's the sun, the earth, right? But when we are referring to the shop, but we never say the, let's say the Akshay, for instance. So there were cases when this was slightly misused, but we can work on that. There were instances where extra words were used. For instance, what I am planning, you could just ignore the word what and go for I am planning. Do you, the past tense would be a better option. Did you? Taking lead, I believe leading would be a better option, using less words, but having the same impact. Many of us, we could use most of us or the crowd, so a smaller word. And the Toastmasters I was mentioning, we usually refer Toastmasters and not the Toastmaster. To speech was actually intended to be to speak. Very much shocking. So shocking itself is a word that explains enough. So you do not need to add any words to amplify it further. Talk to them, it was more appropriate to use talk about rather than talking to them. Moving on to some good usages of words. So Toastmaster Anushka used aesthetic. And there were pretty good usage of words in Toastmaster Sarthak's speech. He had phrases like trials and triumphs, words like nerve-wracking, exhilarating. He had great phrases such as threw me a curveball, academic prison. And the best part about his speech was that he had an analogy for public speaking, where he said that it was merely on life support and wasn't dead, and that it could be revived. So that was a great way of using it. Also, one great thing that I felt was something that was used by Toastmaster Akshay. Even though it was a very plain usage of grammar, but you had noticed that throughout his speech, he repeated it twice or thrice at least, where he said that I was a misfit. And the aspects that I had were disagreeable for the community, and hence I was excluded. Even though this seems like a very normal sentence, but it created the impact that was required for the speech. So great job on that. And finally, coming on to the usage of the word of the day. So Toastmaster Harsh, our guest Pushpa, and Toastmaster Madhur used it once each. I would suggest that next time we'll try to inculcate it more, but great job, guys. Back to you, Toastmaster.
And last but not the least, we have your listener role by Toastmaster Soumya.
Good evening once again. What a wonderful meeting we had. Our speakers today shared very beautiful anecdotes, significant data and facts about their life stories. So let's put it into test. So before we start this segment, I would like to explain the ground rules a little bit. So number one is the moment I ask the question, you have to raise up your hand. And the moment I take your name, after that, you are allowed to answer the question. If somebody deviates from the rules, he or she will be disqualified. So today in this segment, I have added a little bit of twist. So what's gonna happen is that the moment I ask question, you have to come up with two answers. One, the correct answer. Second, the speaker's name. Yes, today the speaker's name will be hidden. Okay, all right, everybody ready? Yes. Okay, number one question. Name the person who said in her speech that she's playing multiple roles at this point of life, and name at least two major roles she's playing. We can start from here. Yes, Rafal. Roles. Yes. One. Yes. It's not that real. Okay, second one, very interesting. Name the person who did one activity as a motivation to come to the Toastmaster. And you have to name the activity as well. Okay, let him give a chance. Yes. Okay, third one. Name the person who traveled to different city for his IIT coaching and which city he traveled to. Pushpa.
It was hard. We didn't get you back.
Yes. Okay, number 4. Name the person who traveled back to his native place from abroad, and you have to name the native place as well. Ryan. Yes, it was easy. Okay. Okay, name the person who is serving different roles, who has served different roles in HSR Toastmaster, and she is right now serving as a president. You have to guess the number also. Okay, Arundhati. Because it's little bit difficult, yes. 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 Please. Name the speaker. She shared that name the speaker who shared that her favorite activity is dash, and she shared in her master table topic. Akshay.
The speaker is Pushpa, the activity is cycling.
Yes. Okay, this one is bit tricky. Name the person who posted a car's picture in his social media platform, and after that he started receiving funny comments. You have to name the car's name as well. No, but you have done. Okay, Bulbul. Name the person's name. Okay, this one is the last question. Name a person who spoke positive about social media platform, and you have to say how she uses the platform. It's a little difficult. She spoke very highly about this social media platform. Yeah, she said that yes. Yeah, it's okay because.
That was Sneha. She spoke about reconnecting with friends.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for your participation. It was awesome.
Thank you for that awesome role, Toastmaster Soumya. How much time do I have? All right. Okay. So I'm going to start my report, starting with the prerequisites, which was the role takers group. It was formed well in advance by your Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Arundhati. All the roles were filled. The theme poster was out on social media. Agenda was also released on time. So good job. Please give her a huge round of applause. Now addressing the elephant in the room, which were 3 rollbackouts and 1 delayed roll taker. 3 rollbackouts was timer, our counter, and 1 prepared speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Akshay, Toastmaster Mani, a guest Mani, and Toastmaster Madhur for filling in for the role. Did we start on time? But are we going to end on time? Yes. Okay. So starting with the Sergeant at Arms, which was Toastmaster Akshay, you filled in for the role last moment. You laid out all the roles and served the roles very diligently. So that was nice. One area of improvement would be for the mic, handing out the mic. I think you can incorporate that in your PO address. But areas of improvement for Toastmaster Raffle, since you did attend the meeting and you were present after 5 to 10 minutes late, you can maybe avoid such delays, and in scenarios where you can anticipate that you will be delayed, maybe inform your excom well in advance so that the last moment SA role can be filled up. And again, with the mic help, there were few role takers who did not know where's the mic and all that. Maybe you can sit right in the front and assist them with the mic handout. And also when the listener role is going out, ideally you should be the one going around and giving the mic to the person to say that. All right, moving on to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Akshay. This man has knocked it out of the park by serving 3 roles as the presiding officer, Sergeant at Arms, and also prepared speaker. Please put your hands together for him. All right, in your presiding officer address, you greeted everyone with a warm smile. Guest intros were done. Toastmaster intro was done. Bright Hearts intro was done. You opened the meeting and you also gave a very nice T-Mod intro. Minor nitpick, again, mic, you can have like a dedicated space where to keep the mic. And yeah, like some of them forgot to even take the mic. So you can just tell everyone, don't forget to take the mic. Now, moving on to your Toastmaster of the day. Your Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Bulbul. All right, Toastmaster Bulbul. How did you feel after was this your first T-Mod role? How did you feel? You were evidently nervous, but believe me, you pulled it off so nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Your intro was nice. The starting of your T-Mod role, you did a game, you did quizzes, everything you did so well. And believe me, to pull up such a T-Mod role where you have the audience engagement and also making sure that you have to give out the intros for all the role takers, you did not miss out on a single thing. So that takes so much time and preparation, and it goes to show that you were well prepared for this role. Minor nitpicks for your role. Again, when you were talking about the 2022 data, I would have ideally liked to know what is the 2024 data and the current obsession with Indians. Like you said, India is the highest in record in terms of being the most active social media people. And speech title also you forgot to give, so maybe just make sure that speech titles are given out whenever you are taking a T-Mod role. And I also felt that you could have concluded your role. You did not conclude your role. Maybe towards the end, you could have given a strong message and concluded your T-Mod role. But having said that, you did a wonderful job. Now moving on to speech evaluations. Starting with the first speaker, we have Toastmaster Sarthak. Again, I agree with all the pointers that your evaluator, Toastmaster Ryan, said. I think since this is your first speech, we were able to observe so many highlights. Like, your vocal variety was right off the bat. It was so impressive to see you have those additions at the start of your Toastmaster journey. So that was very nice. Your speech was sprinkled with humor, and it was an overall very structured speech. Minor nitpick, I felt that your speech was very public speaking centered, and I got to know about Sarthak very less. since this is your icebreaker, people ideally would want to know, okay, who is Sarthak? What is Sarthak? Where is he from? What were his childhood hobbies, etc. So maybe this was something you could have added that. But it was, on the contrary, it was nice to have a theme for your speech, which was public speaking. Please give him a round of applause. Now, moving on to evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Ryan. Again, you introduced the objective when you came on the stage for the first time. You also commended the speaker, all the highlights and the areas of improvement you laid out pretty well. But I would like you to challenge yourself. Like, there was an example where in the introduction of your evaluation, you said that these are your strengths, which was opening and your structure. And then there was a third pointer which got a little bit mixed here and there. So maybe going forward, whenever you are structuring your evaluation, you can give bullet pointers: opening, body, conclusion, vocal variety, etc. So maybe you can structure your evaluation report like that. But everything was on point. Yeah. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Akshay. This man does not need good evaluation, but I have one area of improvement for you. When we were all clapping, since this is your icebreaker, you walked away after 30 seconds. So we were all still clapping. So you shouldn't have walked away. But yeah, my personal favorite from your speech would be the bigger picture. Your conclusion was so strong. It really moved me, Akshay, that that you want to make a difference for Bright Hearts Toastmasters. So I think that is something I have taken away from your speech. Please put your hands together. Now, moving on to evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Subhash. Again, you had a proper structure to your evaluation as well. You started with a question which was you started with a question that you took from Toastmaster Akshay's speech. It got us all booked. But I also felt that this took some time from your evaluation. You went on with that particular sentence that you took from his speech, and it felt like you were giving a summary of his speech at the start of your evaluation report. So maybe you could have limited it to just one sentence and proceeded with your evaluation report. And I also felt that there was, in your areas of improvement, I felt that you were questioning the intent of the speech and not giving very, bulleted or very specific areas of improvement. So of the speech and not the intent of the speech. So I think there was a little lag from your end from that point of view. But apart from that, you gave highlights, areas of improvement, and also concluded his speech. Good job. Now, moving on to the tag team and the listener role. Everyone, I'd like you all to give a huge round of applause for the tag team and the listener role, because all of them used a special intro at the start of their roles. All of them. So please put your hands together for that. Starting with our timer, guest Toastmaster Mani. What a report, Mani. You had such a innovative introduction. Like, since it was a very last moment for you, you were able to come up on stage and also conduct a little impromptu activity that you did. That was really commendable. Your report was spot on. It was meticulous. It was meticulous. And the only area of improvement for you would be whenever you're holding out the red card, acknowledged. Whenever you're holding the red card, acknowledged. Whenever you're holding the red card, maybe hold it a little bit more further high up. And last but not the least, we'd like to see you more often. Please. Moving on to the R counter, Toastmaster Madhur. Really commend you for taking up the role last moment. You greeted the guests, you greeted the Toastmasters. You also gave a special intro. It was a very good report. Moving on to areas of improvement. At the start, when you were introducing your role, you forgot to introduce what is CRPF, right? Crutch, repetition, pauses, and filler words. So maybe moving forward, you can give an example so that the ones who are attending for the first time, they'll be aware of what your report entails of. And I also found one, I'm sorry, I'd like 4 more minutes. I also observed there was one area of improvement for Toastmaster Bulbul, when she was introducing Toastmaster Akshay, she said Akshay Abraham Oman and not Akshay Abraham Oman. So that is something you could have kept an ear out for. And your report, you kept on listing it as quite a few, has less, R counter XYZ. So maybe you can have a more quantitative report, such as Toastmaster Bulbul used four crutch words, etc. So you got the gist, right? But having said so, taking up a role last moment is not easy. Please put your hands together for him. Moving on to grammarian. Who is your grammarian of the day? Pap Simran. What a lady. She has her own distinct style. She came up on the stage, slayed us all with her aura, and I was really in awe with how gracefully you attempted your role. You introduced the word of the style. I really liked how confident you were with the grammar knowledge that you have, because you were able to nitpick on small words such as wanna, and all those words that we often tend to pick up from social media. It was a very fantastic report. Few areas of improvement. You started with the negatives, which was you pointed out what didn't go well. The ideal way should be start with the positives, like this Toastmaster used a good word, good usage of grammar, and then move on to the negatives. And while you were introducing the word of the day, you forgot to mention that whenever someone who's using the word of the day, give a thumbs up. You did that, my bad. But overall, I really liked your grammarian report, and I wish you all the very best. Last but not the least, we have Toastmaster Soumya, who played the listener role. Again, when you gave your intro, it was very spot on. You spoke about active listening. Your report, you laid out the structure as well, and you jazzed up the role this time with talking about which speaker said this, right? So everyone were pretty excited for that. No areas of improvement because all the questions were very spot on, and just minor nitpick. Be aware of the time. The red card was raised well in advance, so maybe you could have just seen the timer. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for her. And lastly, we have your TTM for the day. That was Toastmaster Harsh. Again, you did your role was a very meticulous role. Very meticulous role, because you introduced the theme. You spoke about what was table topics. You also told guests and members to use word of the day. And all your topics were very easy peasy. It was very fun topics. They were very fun topics. So I could see all of them were really excited. Okay, I want to go next. But one minor nitpick would be going forward, depending on the turn, or maybe have one member come in first, so that the guests who are not aware of this, they'll also get motivated and would understand what table topics is all about. And since we are running short on time, table topic speakers, I will give you your report after this meeting. And with that, I conclude my evaluation report. I think we can move on for voting. All right. Yes. Oh, sorry, one more point, which is for the audience. Audience, please keep on the applause going. I could see few of you not clapping. So please, whenever a role taker is on stage and whenever they're coming or whenever they're exiting, please give them a huge round of applause. All right? Bash. Did we get enough votes? 2 more minutes. Everyone, please make sure you give your valuable feedback. Please vote. It is very important that you vote. So please vote. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my time as your general evaluator. Now I would like to hand over the stage to your presiding officer, Toastmaster Akshay. Yo.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Before we announce the winners, I would like to make a couple of announcements regarding Bright Hearts Toastmasters. The first announcement is that next weekend, which is, I believe, the weekend, or rather the day of September 22nd, Sunday, the next Bright Hearts meeting is going to be an icebreaker marathon. This is a very significant milestone for Bright Hearts Toastmasters because after this meeting, all of our 19 charter members, excluding Arundhati and I, would have already delivered their icebreaker speeches, and we haven't even chartered yet. So let's give a huge round of applause to the hard work of Bright Hearts Toastmasters members. It's going to be an exciting time. So for those of you who are participating in the icebreaker speeches, all the very best. And for those of you who are not delivering speeches, Bright Hearts members, please volunteer to be a role taker for this meeting. It's going to be a very crucial meeting. In many ways, it's going to be our first significant major meeting in terms of scope because it's a speech marathon. So please nominate when the roles open up on Monday. Aside from that, there are no other announcements. We would like to hear from a couple of guests maybe about how they had, what kind of a time they had today. I know Subhash, next to you, you've brought a +1. So ma'am, would you like to come on stage and just share a few words about your experience today? Why don't you come on stage? So you can introduce yourself and tell us what you thought of today's meeting at Bright Hearts.
So, hello everybody. My name is Shweta. So this was my first Toastmaster and I got to introduce to this community through my friend Subhash. So the best thing about this platform, I will say, it's the inspiring stories that people come about, and I would like to learn from the experience of others and like to hear their stories as well, so that I can grow and I can grow with other people as well and learn from their experiences.
Awesome. Thank you, Shweta. I totally resonate with what you said. Even my entry into the fraternity 5 years ago was based off a lot of the inspiring performances I saw on the stage, right? So totally resonate with that and hope to see you more often here at Bright Hearts as well. Thank you, Subhash, for bringing her. Now let's announce the winners in about 1 minute because we would like to have a couple more guests introduce themselves. Pallavi, I know you didn't get some stage time today, but why don't you come and tell us your experience at Bright Hearts 11? Let's hear it for guest Pallavi.
Good evening, all of you. I am Pallavi, and it was my second meeting here, and I felt very fresh, and I love the atmosphere. And as I started talking to you, I told you I just love this evening. And yes, the experience was great, and I just love to hear all of your all experiences. It helps me to do better, and I hope that I will join this club. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Pallavi. On that note, I will announce the winners, starting with the best auxiliary role taker for pre-charter meeting 11. The winner is Bright Heart from Simran Kaur. Simran, once again, I'm running out of words in terms of how much I can compliment you on a week-to-week basis. You are someone who is an experienced Toastmaster, one of the few veterans of Bright Hearts Toastmasters, and week in, week out, you come in and showcase your mettle and your experience, specifically with the meticulous details that were there in your report, as well as the great choice of word, which ended up seeing a lot of usage, right? So once again, great job. I think for all the tag role takers coming in and going up against Prab Simran, she's the woman to beat. Congratulations once again. Coming next to the best table topic speaker. The winner is Bright Heart Arundhati Basu. Okay. Could be better, you know. I mean, you are a district table topics champion after all. And I thought, just kidding. That was a wonderful performance as always. You know, the thing about what you did today, Basu, is that I didn't know what you were going to talk about because of the theme. And I know her. She doesn't even use WhatsApp. I'm pretty sure the most used app on her phone is probably either Nammayatri or Google Pay. It can't be anything else, right? That being said, the amount of content you fleshed out, and that's a skill you should take away, right? A lot of people sometimes say, oh, what if I don't have anything to talk about on that topic, right? Delve into the deepest recesses of your mind to find some content that is relevant to the topic. And that's something you showcased today. Excellent job. Congratulations. And here is your Best Table Topic Speaker Award. Coming next to the Best Evaluator for Pre-Charter Meeting 11. And the winner is Toastmaster Ryan Rodriguez. Ryan, the challenges you have to face every time you come on the stage. Forget the public speaking challenges. Week in, week out, you come here and you have to find a new way in which people mispronounce your name. It's either Rayan or Rodrigo. But today, you came, you delivered an evaluation, which even though it was like just within 2 minutes, 15 seconds, somehow you managed to cram in all the encouragement possible for Sarthak. And that's what I really appreciated about it. The way you dived into the structure of his speech, how he started and ended with an open question, the bicycle analogy, very encouraging. And I think one thing that's missing a lot nowadays in evaluators and Toastmasters is the manner, the empathy, right? That natural need and want to improve the person you're evaluating, right? Sometimes it's so artificial, you know, but you have the naturalness to it, which I really like. Congratulations, well deserved, and hope to see you win more awards like this. Coming next to the best role player for meeting number 11, which is pre-charter. And the winner is Bright Heart Harsh Jha. Harsh, congratulations. One of your first big role attempts, because TMOD is probably coming up soon. But the idea, nervous sweats. But the idea that you took the role today, you prepared a lot of great accessible topics. I think Anushka said it best. They are easy peasy, you know, but that's good because sometimes even with the smallest, simplest topics, the great thing is to see how that experience with Toastmaster can take it to the next level. But at the same time, it's accessible enough that if a guest wants to give it a go, it's there, right? So I think your topics had that nice balance, right? And you exercised active listening after each speaker came and left the stage. You provided a few comments. Very nice. Conducted the entire thing like a pro. What can I say? Congratulations. Wonderful job. The best speaker is Bright Heart Akshay Abraham. And I'm not going to take this opportunity to tell you all how great I am, but I will tell you a story here that when I joined this fraternity for the first time, I was an absolute nobody, right? I would see all these great speakers come on stage, right? Nobody knew who I was. So it's in that phase where you have to prove yourself. So I found something, Sarthak, which I found very useful in my Toastmasters journey. If I ever saw someone who did a great performance or did something really cool or had like decades of public speaking experience under their belt, 5 years ago, I would just do this. I would point at that person. I would tell the person sitting next to me, I'd be like, I'm going to beat that person. I'm going to be that guy, that girl. I'm going to be better than her someday, right? So obviously, today you went up against someone who's done probably 250,000 speeches in Toastmasters, and it's not a level playing field. But I'm going to extend that olive branch and tell you, Sarthak, as you do more and more roles and come onto the stage and do, just like how your icebreaker was great today, name your place, name your date when you're going to deliver that one speech, and I will nominate again. And that time, you have to beat me. Will you promise me? Awesome. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of the role takers. Let's get a quick picture with all of the winners as well, and then we will wrap up this meeting. Let's do it with my phone, because is that okay? We'll do it with your phone as well. Take it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On that note, I now declare pre-charter meeting 11 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters closed. Requesting Bulbul please end the recording by pressing the square. And shortly after the recording ends,